welcome you all to the maiden edition of Let's Talk Charity. My name is Anne Ogozi Peters, and today we'll take you through the journey of talking about charity and the importance of charity in the society. Now, charity generally is a sweet act of kindness towards others. That beautiful, amazing act of kindness for providing for people that are less fortunate than you are. It is that beautiful act of making sure that everyone around you has the right and has a reason to smile again. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you put a smile on someone's face? When was the last time you did something that made someone feel life back again? When was the last time you left your comfort and went down the street to look around to see people whose life you will touch? Well, in the show today, we will be taking you through a journey where we'll be talking more about goodwill, aid, support that are provided to individuals and communities around the world. And we will also take you to a journey where we talk about lots of dignitaries, personalities, government agencies, private sectors that have come together to collaborate to see that they get things done for the betterment of the less privileged people in the society. Basically, that is what this show is all about. And today with me in the studio, I have two amazing people. And one of which is the founder of International Goodwill Ambassador Club and African Goodwill Ambassador Award. Please help welcome Ambassador Chris Odey.
Thank you very much.
And again here with me, we have the most beautiful, amazing, soft-spoken lady with us. She is so passionate about charity. When you call the word charity, she represents charity. She is no other than the founder of Rachel the Piper Foundation. Please make welcome Ambassador Rachel Bakam.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. As you can see today, it's all about charity. And the two most amazing guests we have today with us are people that stand to represent charity. Stay right back with us. We'll take a short break while we get back. Thank you. Welcome back. And so now we'll be talking about charity proper. And today, the first question on the show goes to Ambassador Rachel Bakam. Ma'am, in your own terms, how would you describe or define charity?
Well, I will start with quoting the Bible. It is said it is more blessed to give than to receive.
Beautiful.
Charity is reaching out, like you said earlier, with an act of kindness to somebody who doesn't have the means to reciprocate. It's an act of giving out money or kind. It can be cash or kind to the less privileged. That is taking them up from the lower ladder and putting them on a pedestal by just means of kindness.
Beautiful. Thank you for that amazing contribution. Mr. Chris, I don't know, you'd like to shed more light on that?
I think you've said it all. She said it all. Charity to me is having the little you can and sharing with those that don't have at all.
Definitely.
Do you understand? It's not people think you must be rich before you can be charitable.
Okay.
But no, the little you have,
Goes a
share
long way.
with somebody.
Yeah.
Because that noodle of rice that you have, you think that people actually have, just share a cup with somebody. It's charity. Charity is doing good to others.
Charity is doing good to others, that's the word. And so again, Ambassador Chris, can you shed more light on charity organizations, foundations, proper, and NGOs? What's the difference between these people? You know, a lot of people tend to misunderstand what charity organizations are, what NGOs are. I don't know. I don't know if you could just...
Well, I think we grew up knowing United Nations.
Yes.
Probably popular called UN. And then also we know Red Cross, and then the term NGO means non-governmental organization.
Yeah.
And then we have foundations. I can describe my father likes probably carpentry, or probably was a mechanic, and then he died, and I want to have probably foundation in his name. I can say my father's probably Odey Foundation, and I can focus that foundation on just to help.
Yes.
What's called to help
Empowering
mechanics,
young people.
to from where they are to the next level. That could be foundation. But then I can also decide to have like an NGO. Anybody can have an NGO. But then charity organization is still big. They are all one. Do you understand? The target of a foundation or a charity organization, a foundation, and an NGO is to do good for others. It's charity work we are into. But then, and nowadays we've seen a lot of people are going for NGO as because they want to hide under the NGO to probably to be popular. Do you understand? We have a whole lot of beauty queens, a whole lot of things we want to raise an NGO without knowing what their aims and objectives actually is.
Yes.
And there's something when they come to us, okay, I have an NGO, you should bring our money and give them. Okay? But then, if you go back to the roots or to the foundation of what NGO is, you go back to United Nations, go back to Red Cross and Co. Because that's very fundamental. That's actually the beginning of everything. Bringing money together, knowing that there's a crisis or there's a drought, there's something somewhere in one nation of the earth, you send, volunteers to go in there with the money gotten from private partners to go there and to good to them. So charity organization, NGOs, and foundation, they all belong to one category to me.
Beautiful. Would you like to say anything as regards that?
Well, I would just like to point to the fact that a non-profit organization is meant to be non-profitable. It's not meant to bring in any interest for the owner.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that's actually different from other organizations in this light. So you said it all.
Beautiful, just like you are, because I understand that I know that all through the period of COVID-19 you were out there for the people. You have between that space of COVID till this present day, you have done way over 50 projects, because I follow you on your page. Now this is, like you were talking about some people wanting to use charity to be popular. No. Now some people, charity is something that you're passionate about. Charity is something that comes from the inside. So when people see the things you do, and when people see the things you do also, take for instance 2 weeks ago, you had to put all the NGOs in Abuja together, and we all marched to the Hope for Survival. Now this is someone with passion. Staying back at home saying that, okay, I want to do something. I want to touch these children's life, then that is charity. Because when we went to that place, we weren't looking for recognition, we weren't looking for fame, we were just looking out to blessing and touching people's life. Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you so much. And again, Ambassador Rachel, you as a media personality, does media have any effect on charity?
It does. It goes a long way, because it is on the media platforms that publicity comes, and it is from there that the voices of the unheard can be heard.
Okay.
That is where we can get to know who needs help, what community needs help, what category of people need help, and who to reach out to.
Definitely.
And also, some of our partners need publicity to encourage them to partner. So we need the media platforms to showcase acts of charity. People usually say, why are you showing off what you're doing? If you give with one right hand, you should not let your left hand see. But we do it to inspire others, because giving should be a virtue. It should be a lifestyle. We do it to serve as role models to others and also to showcase our partners, to encourage them to do more. So the media is very significant in the work of charity.
For charity,
yes,
for people to actually know.
Yes.
And then for people to actually know who to call, where to go to,
Exactly.
when issues come up.
Mm-hmm.
Take for instance this the issues on ground right now, people really suffering and all, vulnerable people, communities, no food, and also like it is right in the media. People see who to call, where to go to, who to see. So you are trying to say now that media is good for
media is very
charity.
important. It's just like what we have happening in Southern Kaduna. We have the terrors, the acts, the killings, and molestations that are going on. The media needs to be heard on that much more than they are doing right now. Because that is from where we can know what is going on.
Definitely, definitely. So would you do you have anything to say about that?
Without media, there won't be any publicity or probably news and all that. So media is paramount. Media is a must to have when it comes to. But I've heard a lot of people say that if you're doing something, don't put it in the public to see. And I'm like, it's not for you to criticize, because if the person, as she said, somebody has given her money, for example, he has a support for that project, and she goes to Southern Kaduna, and then after a while she probably bought even more than what she was intended to buy, and go over there and deliver the stuff, and then she goes back home and sits, and the person is waiting to see something that she has done with that money.
Something you've
supported. And there's nothing to show that she has done anything with the money. So you're like, I bet not crook sheepy.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So it's a must use the media, okay, to showcase whatever you're doing to help others. No, you're not showing off. But you're letting people know, I've done this, and also to encourage others to also do.
I'm sure right about now you're really enjoying the discussions and the insights that's being talked about on charity. We're going to a short break and we'll be right back. Welcome back. I hope you've enjoyed our discussion so far, and right about now we're going to talk about what's really affecting charity. Like, I don't know, some people, you talk about NGOs, charity organizations, and then most people just tell you, forget, those people are just out there eating money and all. So on this show today, we're really going to talk about this aspect of charity that people had taken for granted, and this other part of charity that most people don't take for granted. So sir, this question is going to the both of you, because I want us to discuss extensively on it. Can charity be abused? And in clearer terms, is there a downside to charity?
Well, yes. I think in Africa especially, I think charity has been abused. And that's the reason why we find it to actually get funding. And even when funding is actually released, it goes to the wrong,
it goes to the wrong people. Again. It goes to the wrong people.
To me, charity donations shouldn't go to the federal church, shouldn't go to the government, number one. Because when it goes to the government, it's got that the same government officials need to share the money into their wives' pockets and relations and all that. It's the reason why you see whenever any person is in government, the whole family will own an NGO, NGOs. One. And then the real people that need the funds will not get the funds. Now, okay, Nigeria, for example, we are 60 years old, and we've been receiving money from United Nations for boreholes and this and that for how many years now? And I'm telling you that we go to my hometown, my village, I will now to 2-3 boreholes alone. The only place borehole. What about medicals? What about all things, education and all that? Go to different states now, you see dilapidated, school buildings and all that. And the funds are releasing every year in hundreds of millions of dollars. Do you understand? That's one. And then you talk about advantage and abuse. People, we've seen many occasions whereby international volunteers come into Africa and they begin to molest the kids. They come in of big organizations from abroad. They come in, they help these kids in rural areas, and they begin to, they may begin to have sex with them, and all kinds of things with with the children. So both ways it's been abused, to me, both physically and misuse of funds and all that. So God help us out.
Yeah, I think, like Ambassador has said, people make use of this platform to dupe.
Yes.
They actually get the resources and pocket it. Most of them don't use it for what they asked for it. And most people don't have the passion. You have to have the passion and the love for humanity to wish to impact. And then you said something about some of the staff abusing the young ones. I know somebody who gave me a testimony, Ambassador John Fashion, about how because he was a UN ambassador, and how most of the staff used to sleep with the girls, the local girls, and for food and for medical items, they sleep with them first before they give it to them. So some people use these platforms to abuse humanity instead of assist, and most of them use it to enrich themselves. It's very sad and pathetic. It just needs to be more guided, and they need to look very well before they donate. So we need to look into that. I love this program because it is delving into that issue, because it's meant to sieve between the bad and the good.
Exactly. I think this is one of the reasons why this program was created, because we have a lot of NGOs out there that are actually doing the right thing, that are sacrificing. A lot of NGOs that are very passionate about what they do, but still in the social media there's lots of propaganda. People go out to share 1 cup of rice, you go out and buy 1 carton of Indomie and give to people, then you just put pictures there on the internet, propaganda. You just make it look like you've done so much. And then you go to apply for grants, and then you have someone there that is connected to, that can help. At the end of the day, the real NGOs doing the job out there are not funded. Now, it's this propaganda that gets funded. And then they go siphon the monies, build houses, drive expensive cars, and then we just feel that all this should stop. That's why this program is here. And yes, the downside of it is so bad that the foreign donors see, especially the NGOs in Nigeria, like dupes, criminals. And now this show is actually baited to sensitize people out there that it's not everyone that is doing the same thing. There are people that are very passionate about what they do. There are people that can just give out their all in making sure that others are happy.
If I may just say something, I think for this to be gotten right, the likes of United Nations and where other international donors should have like conferences, where they can have like all the NGOs.
A lot of background check.
In Nigeria,
exactly. A lot of background check.
Come together, have like meet them one-on-one, know
Know
where
their
your office is,
see your website,
and all that, and see the works you've done.
See the work you've
and go
done.
through, if possible, actually even go through
reports.
What's called reports and all that. Because I feel that if the United Nations, for example, gives you $100,000, for example, to do a project or to do a project or projects in Nigeria for a period of 1 year, we're going to see more effects for what you do, because they're holding you as if you are accounting for that money.
Definitely, and you're passionate about what you're taking the money for.
So imagine someone give you $100,000 and give and take. If you're going to do something for yourself with $2,000, it's okay. But then you give like some millions of dollars to the government, and then the government will just call the governor's wives and beautiful wives and bring them together and give them buses and all that. Then those buses go to their villages, they pack it there, and then their NGOs, they just keep staffs there. They probably tell them then they will not go to their villages, personal villages, and then buy wrappers and share. They snap pictures and share and send them on it. So I think we just intend to do something about this.
This is really sad. Oh well, so far we will continue to strive.
For sure.
We'll continue to do our best. We'll continue to put in our best in what we do, because no matter hard you try to hide behind a tree to feel that people don't see what you do, one day the real you comes out. So I just feel having this confidence that, you know, one day things will get better, we'll just keep striving. So, Ambassador Rachel, how do you think that a show like this will have impact on the lives of people and the general public?
First of all, I must commend you for this original idea. It is very original and it is one of a kind.
Thank you.
Because it addresses an issue which it affects people every day, and we have acts of charity all around. We have people who are in need, but we don't have a platform that showcases this act. And you know, the matters you want to bring to fore now are very important, just to be able to use this platform to see between the bad and the good. And so I really commend you. I think this show will go a long way. Very soon the show will win loads of awards.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. Ambassador Chris, well, with your reputation and what you do, your organization comes in contact with many distinguished personalities. What role do you think influential people have on practicing or taking part in charitable activities to the vulnerable people?
If truly celebrities and these personalities actually have, if they are passionate, if they are charitable, will probably not have this major stage of finance. For example, if she's been going out for the past few months now, she's not been in that COVID-19 period.
Yes.
I will see picture like
she did a whole lot. She was out there.
Now the rest of the celebrities were all back home. Even like organizing parties.
For themselves.
For them at home.
During the lockdown.
You understand? So these personalities they have no role to play when it comes to this, or they play no role when it comes to charitable works. Seriously. But then few individuals are doing it. Okay, imagine a country like Nigeria will have about 1,000 celebrities and all that who are doing what they want to do. But at the end of the day, we have just few like Tonto DK, Uchemba, Williams, just very few of them actually reaching out to less privileged. And what about the likes of I forget to call them, but Jenny Phillips and Kula and all that, So there might be some reaching out secretly that we don't know. Do you understand? But if these personalities can actually come out and be of help to the less privileged, or probably come out and partner with us, okay, for us to do greater things, it will be better, to be more beneficial to those who do not have at all.
Definitely.
But they are not doing anything, the so-called personalities right now. They're not.
So far, I think you are really enjoying these discussions, and it's really making a lot of meanings on what charity and how charity should be treated. We'll take a break and I'll be back shortly. Welcome back. We hope you've enjoyed this episode so far, and want to thank you for taking your time to sitting by your TV screen and watching us so far on this discussion. And in subsequent episodes of the show, we will be bringing up lots of real life stories on issues that affect people and how best to propose solutions to them. Sir, I don't know if you have something to say before we finally leave.
Yes, for this program to continue being on air, I think we need companies, individuals to support through sponsorship. Because most times Nigerians actually prefer to sponsor things like on TV, whereby they do all kinds of pornography and all funny stuff, or they want to go to campuses and jump about and drink and smoke and all that, but they always overlook such show like this. But this is important to us because this affects our children, our mothers in villages and all that. So I feel that companies who actually want to do the right things should support this program, via sponsorship, which they will also stand to gain anyway. So individuals also come out and support you. That's all.
Thank you very much, sir.
Lovely. I would love to also press on what he said. we need sponsorship. To continue, we need funds to continue running the program. So please, we invite interested organizations and individuals to put in their money into this valuable cause, because a charitable society thrives better. So this is a very important platform. And remember, one single kobo you give to the next person can save their life. Just put a smile on somebody's face today. Do the little you can.
Thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. And we've learned so much from everything that's been said here today. We want to say thank you. Once again, my name is Anne Ogozi Peters. And don't forget to follow us on our social media pages that are running currently right now on the screen. Thank you so much, Ambassador, for having you. Thank you, Ambassador Rachel. We are truly grateful. Thank you for coming. You're the first guest ever for this edition, and I am thankful. Thank you so much, and to the crew members, everyone who put together the show, all of you, I want to say thank you. I'm truly grateful. Until next time, let's meet on Let's Talk
Charity.